Hey you guys, welcome back. Today is Saturday the 7th. Saturday of November the 7th, 2020. I'm in a great mood, no particular reason. So today's video is sponsored by KVD Vegan Beauty. KVD Vegan Beauty was a brand that wasn't the right fit for me for a little while, but they relaunched as a new brand this year when Kendo became its sole and independent, 100% owner and operator. You feel me? Which I'm super excited about. I'm super excited to see where the brand is headed. So let's jump into it. I have some stuff to show you today, and we're gonna do some makeup and just have a good old time here. Is Matt gonna respect my wishes for him to be quiet in the background while I'm filming? Only time will tell. So far it's not looking good. Okay, so I'm gonna prime my eyes with the KVD Vegan Beauty Shake Primer. I talked about this in a favorites video? It feels like it's been so long since I did a favorites video, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Anyways, it's become a new favorite of mine. I saw a couple different makeup artists that I follow post about it on Instagram, saying that they were really enjoying it, and I went and picked it up from Sephora myself because it just was something that looked really like different and unique to anything that I had seen before. And as I've gotten older, every time I say as I've gotten older, people are like, you're not even old. I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm older than I once was. I think we could all argue. But as I've gotten older, I've had a harder time with primers like creasing and also looking really, really cakey. So that's something that I really don't like. And that's something that I really love about this primer is that it just looks super thin. It looks like nothing on the skin at all. So it doesn't get cakey underneath your shadows. It doesn't change like the texture of your shadows or anything like that. It's just a really cool, really beautiful primer. So you can kind of see, Beauty Guru stance, there we go. So you can kind of see the separation between the two liquids there, and then we just shake it up. There's a little button thing on the back, so you can kind of, come on, man. There's a little button on the back that you can use to press out product. You need to press that like ever so gently, or else you'll get a ton of product coming out. So shake it up really, really well. And then right away, I'll kind of put it on the back of my hand, and I'll rub it around. And I'll just go in and apply that with my finger. It's so weird putting this on because it feels like water. So the first time I put it on, I was like, seems sus. I don't know if this is gonna work for me, but it works great. And that's literally it. That shake primer, I have to say, I would say that this is one of my favorite products that the brand has ever released, ever. I just feel like it's so different, but it's not like, listen, I think I've complained before about brands releasing gimmicky products, okay? There's brands that come out with products that are like innovative, but like they're not really meeting any new needs. They're not doing anything differently or like better than anything before. It's just like in a weird packaging or like in a weird design or whatever. But that product is something to me that's like truly innovative and really, really different and really, really unique. I just love it. I think it's a fantastic product. So that's that shake primer. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go in with, oh man, this is so dope. Okay, this is the new KVD Edge of Reality eyeshadow palette. And this is particularly cool because it's fully recyclable. So the eyeshadows are actually injected right into that mold, so there's no metal pans in there or anything like that. So you basically just use up the shadow. They do have like full recycling instructions on the website on like the product page for this, but I just think that's such a cool thing. There's no mirrors, no metal, no hinges, nothing like that. It's all just paper and plastic that can be recycled. So, which, I mean, when they sent me the brief for this product, I was like, okay, I'm excited to see this in person. I feel like the construction of this, I'm just gonna talk about the packaging here for a second because that's my whole situation. The construction of this is still so nice. Like it still feels very, like luxe basically. Like it doesn't feel like cheap, crappy, recyclable product, you know what I mean? Because I think that sort of like the struggle that we come into with recyclable packaging is that people like the idea of recyclable packaging, but then when they feel and hold recyclable packaging, they're like, oh, this isn't like the same experience, and you feel almost like duped for paying the same amount for recyclable packaging that you maybe would for something else, even though recyclable packaging is oftentimes, in my experience from what I've learned, more expensive than non-recyclable packaging. I'm just going off on a tangent now, but this just still feels really, really like well constructed, really well made. It doesn't feel like it's gonna like break or anything like that. Like I still would be totally fine to travel with this. Traveling. Yeah, we used to do that. Okay. So basically once you use up all of your shadows, you can kind of pop it out right from that corner there. And then this insert will be recycled with your plastics, and then the rest of this will be recycled with your paper. All right, let's jump into it, shall we? I'm gonna grab this shade right here and just kind of do that all over my lid. What do I wanna do here? I feel like I wanted to do, oh, decisions. Okay, this is my plan, okay? I think I'm gonna take, like these nice warm colors. I'm gonna put that in my crease. And then I think I'm gonna do this guy over my lid, and then maybe do like a wing. Just for shits, I don't know. Okay, let me take that nice warm shade through my crease. Yeah, this is gonna be a real moment for me. Okay, cool. That primer is the future. I can't say like enough good things about it. It works like really well with the KVD formula, obviously, but it just like makes my eyeshadows apply so smoothly. A lot of the times, like right in this inner corner when I'm doing like my crease and stuff, my product tends to like kind of skip over my primer. And so I'll sort of have like just these like little lines that I have to blend out. And it's kind of annoying. And that just doesn't seem to happen with this primer. It really rocks my world, okay? I'm going to kind of dot back and forth between this shade here and this shade here. Dude, you should have seen this nail. Sorry. Profanity. I didn't mean to finger you. I broke this nail down like so far, like right there. Oh, ooh, it hurts so bad. I broke that nail down so far, and I fixed it with a little tea bag. 2 tea bags actually, because I was like, this needs like some reinforcement. This isn't gonna fly with one little flimsy tea bag. And it's really been hanging in there, man. I'm shocked and astounded, to be quite honest. Okay, I'm gonna dot back and forth between this darker brown and our like lighter brown there. So I'm just picking up a little bit of that darker brown, just because I want to add a little bit more depth to that outer corner and crease. I'm so interested to know like how these shadows are made, because they have so little, like, you know, when you dip your brush in and there's like kick up kind of thing from the product, there's so little of that. So like, even when you've been like using this palette, it looks like, especially with the mattes, it looks like it's completely like untouched kind of thing. It's so bizarre. It's almost like as if it's like a cream or something, but it doesn't really apply like that, because I find that like cream shadows can be a little bit finicky, you know, like the Natasha Denona cream ones. I'm gonna go in with that really pretty sparkly one. I think it's called Abyss. I like that name. I'm gonna take a Smith 253 brush. So the shimmers are all designed to be used wet or dry, and they don't glaze over if you do decide to use them wet. I'm gonna start with it dry, and then I might go in and add like a little bit wet over top if I feel like I need it. So I'm just going to press that on to my little lid. Before I add it wet, I'm just going to blend that color into my crease a little bit, just like the tiniest little bit, okay? Okay, so I applied my shadow wet, and then I'm gonna take a little, actually maybe I'll take a clean brush just because I have them kicking around, and I'm going to not pick up any product just yet. I'm just going to blend that shadow into my crease with what we have there. So when we're kind of working with opposing tones. We have like our cool tone on the lid, our warmer tone in the crease. You want to blend, obviously. We always want to be blending, but you don't want to over blend because that can create a little bit of like muddiness. So we're going to blend just enough that, you know, it doesn't look like it's unblended, but we're not going to take a huge brush and blend all the way over top of that warm transition color. And I do find with those shimmers, even when you apply them wet, they don't get like, sometimes shadows that you apply wet will get like a little patchy and then you can't really like blend them out as easily afterwards, but those just apply really nicely. And then I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that warm transition shade that we went in with originally, and I'm going to, like with the lightest hand ever, I'm blending back over that crease. And then just slowly working up towards our brow bone once we have less product on our brush. So first laying your brush down, I like to put it kind of like in the center of my crease. And then as I have less product, I'll kind of move upwards, move north towards the border, you know? Let's really get wild and crazy. Because I'm a lawless woman that can't be tamed under any circumstances, I'm gonna take this color right here. It's like, how does one even describe? It looks really gold in the pan, but it has like a little bit of like a green shift to it and a blue shift. Oh, I took a chunk out of it with my nail. Okay, very hard times. I'm gonna take a little bit of that on my tiny little baby brush, and I'm going to bring that right down the center of my lid for a really fun time for all. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, that looks really lovely for me. Okay, cool. Having a great time. So I'm not really taking that color up above my crease all that much. I'm kind of just keeping it right on that lid. Wow, this looks like America's Bright Future, I guess. Oh, that looks so sick. Okay, cool. So I just applied that little shimmer dry over top with my brush. Do I even need to do a liner? Does that seem like overkill? I feel like it probably is. I don't even feel like that ends up being necessary at this rate. I love pairing like duochromes. I'm just gonna get my lashes ready here. I love pairing like duochromes over top of more duochromes because I just feel like it always like results in this really cool, let me just show you here. So that gold that we put on over top, like here's the color that we put on our lid, okay? Here's the gold that we put over top of that. Like look how crazy and different it looks on my lid. I'll show you on a swatch now. Like look at that cool, I just feel like it creates like such fun, unique shades. It kind of like makes the palette like a lot more like fun to me when there is like duochromes involved, because you can kind of transform those colors by like layering them over top one another. Oh, makeup, that's what it's all about. Okay, just putting on a little mascara. And then I'm gonna pop on these lashes. I really can't remember what lashes these are. I wanna kind of say, I honestly don't remember. I don't know that I can give you guys an answer because I don't know. Maybe House of Lashes? I really don't know, I'm very useless. Okay, let me apply a little bit of a color corrector underneath my eyes, okay? And then where are my lashes at? I could probably apply my concealer. Be crazy. Taking a little bit of my concealer. That's not really a little, is it? This concealer's gotten like so thick with age. Thick with like at least 3 C's kind of thing. And then I'll just dot what's left of that under eye concealer right there. Okay, now I gotta put my lashes on. I put it off for way too long here, so I'm gonna grab them with some little tweezers and just boop, pop those right on. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm really loving the combo of those shadows. I feel like a sea witch. I guess I'll just finish off the eyes while we're here. So I'm gonna take, well actually I'm gonna take a little blendy thing first. What is this called? A brush. And I'm gonna grab that warm brown shade. My battery almost died mid-recording. That would have been a very upsetting and hurtful time for me. I've got my little blendy brush with the warm brown shade that we had employed the use of earlier. And I'm going to put a little bit of that down under. And if I ever feel like I went like too far with my shadow, I'll just kind of take my beauty blender and clean it up underneath like that with my leftover concealer. Then I'm gonna grab this little doodly brush. I'm gonna spritz it just a touch, pick up a little bit more of that navy shimmery color. And I'm going to put that on our lower lash line. And I'm just making sure that connects with my upper corner. That shade, that particular like navy shade, has a little bit more fallout for me than some of the other shimmers. So I'm gonna take this like fluffy brush and I just go like this. I like basically pick up any like fallout particles with the fluff of that brush and it comes off really easily. I'm gonna actually just try and see. I'm gonna add like a little bit of that, yeah, sick. I'm gonna add a little bit of that same gold shade, kind of right underneath the center of our lower lash line. Dope. I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade right here. It's kind of just like a nice shimmery champagne. And I'm just gonna add a drop of that in my inner corner. Just a little, since we're here. And that's that. Love it. I've been really liking that palette. I feel like the matte formula is just so magnifique. It just blends so well over top of that primer. Like I really can't believe it. It's so beautiful. So I've been liking that guy a lot. I like that those shimmers don't get shitty after you use them wet because it's really annoying when that happens. Okay, let's move on to the rest of our face here. Get that figured out. As always, I'm gonna mix every foundation I own together. So I've been mixing Rare Beauty. Been mixing a couple shades of Rare Beauty together. Mixed with the Glossier Future Dew Oil Serum Hybrid. It's so sick, man. I really, really like how it turns out. So I do a full pump. The Rare Beauty foundation is like a little bit more full coverage than maybe I typically opt for. So I feel like it does have like a lot of room to be like mixed with things before you're getting to a point where you're like, okay, like there's no coverage left. I'm gonna take that and apply it all over my face. I just feel like, oh my God, that Glossier stuff is so nice. I really don't like the smell of it right now. It smells like, I don't know, like dusty pine trees or something. It's really weird. It's a really odd scent, but it's so beautiful. And I feel like it keeps my foundation looking like supple, if I may be so bold, for a really long time. Like I feel like it doesn't make it look like dry and shitty. Actually, that's what my eyes remind me of, is a peacock. My mom, like, one year she got really into like decorating with feathers for Christmas. So she got like a peacock feather wreath. And then she had like feather garland that went around our tree, and then like feather ornaments, and like just basically everything was feathers. And that's what my eyes are reminding me of right this second. Okay, I'm taking a little bit more of that foundation on my beauty blender in the places where I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. And I'm gonna look at with my mirror as well to make sure that I'm actually applying this in a way that is suitable for real life. I just love it. I'm gonna put this on pause for a second because I want to do my brows real bad. Okay, I ran out of my blonde brow cream from M Cosmetics, and I'm just like putting off reordering. So right now I'm using the Brunette Eye Cream, which is like way darker. But I'm going to like put that through my brows first. I actually just like end up using this on its own most days because I kind of like dark brows, but well, and I feel like with this whole eye look we have going on, it's dramatic. like me. I was gonna put the brunette through and then like go through with what's kind of like left over of the blonde. But I think let's just stick with the brunette. Let's go crazy. Cool. That's all done. And then I'm just gonna take my my little brow powder and I'm gonna bring that right on through to the other side. I normally do my brows right at the very end, but it was really throwing me off for some reason. Okay, and I'm just brushing through my brows to brush out any excess product. I'm gonna look in the mirror and see if they're relatively even. They're not. I am gonna try and fix it. I'm fine with this. And I'm just taking a little clear brow gel to finish her off. I'm really on it today. My mic batteries, the thing was like fully empty and like flashing too, and I caught it at the last second. Can't get one past me today, folks. I'm gonna use my Salt New York things. So this is light and light medium, I'm pretty sure. And that's what I'm gonna use together for my like bronzer contour kind of situation. And then I take a little bit of that, boop, 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 right across my nose to pretend I have a tan. Those are the best, man. I love those. Shall we put on a little bit of blush, perhaps? I'm gonna use my nude sticks all over dewy color in this shade Sweet Peach Peony. I'm gonna take that on my little e.l.f. 105 brush. I'm gonna add a little bit of that onto my cheeks. Then I'm gonna add, actually, well, no, I'm gonna use this little cream highlight I have on my little fingers, maybe, just because. For my lips, I mean, I just wanna do nothing but put lip balm on, always and forever. I guess what's stopping me from doing that, you know? Maybe what I'll do is I'll put on a little bit of a lip liner. Okay. So I'm just putting on a little bit of lip liner and I'm just kind of like blending it out with my fingers just to add like a little bit of like evenness of color over my lips. And then I'm gonna go in with my lip balm. I'm so ashamed. I repurchased the Fenty Lip Balm. Listen, this is the thing, okay? I don't want to talk about it. I love this lip balm. I love how it makes my lips look. I love how it makes my lips feel. I love the applicator. I love everything about it. I do kind of feel like it makes my lips peel. But I'm like ready to be hurt again. All right, you guys, so that is everything for me today. This is the final look. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out. Huge thank you again to KVD Vegan Beauty for sponsoring today's video. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.